Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I always clap, but it's just gonna be a thing. I'm sorry if the lighting's gonna be weird. I feel like that's such a generic YouTuber thing to say. But actually there's legitimately like a flash thunderstorm right now at my house. And I'm trying to film like 15 videos today for a bunch of different channels. So we're just gonna go with it because my daughter is down for a nap. All right, today we're talking about house hacking. House hacking became very popular among with Graham Stephan. He kind of started this. He's like the godfather of finance YouTube. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Let's talk about it. What is it? House hacking is essentially where you have other people pay for your mortgage. No, it's not anything weird like a reverse mortgage or a backdoor reverse upside down mortgage. That's not a real thing, but regardless. So house hacking, it can be done different ways. Let's talk about these different ways that house hacking can be done. And we'll talk about kind of how to get into it, what the best things are, if it's gonna work for you or your circumstances, and if it's legal. So let's talk about a generic, a multiple unit house hacking scenario. And this is what really started this. So you have this house that you have just bought, and it could be either a duplex or it could be a house with a basement unit. Essentially what you do is you live in one unit and you rent out the other. And that's kind of how house hacking works. And you could have it pay for part or all of your mortgage based upon how long you've been in that unit, what your mortgage is, what your interest rate is, what your down payment was, all that jazz. And how this kind of started with Graham Stephan was that he bought a duplex in California, he fixed it up, he lived in one half, and he rented out the other half for substantially more than what his mortgage was because he had renovated it. So that's kind of how you start off in house hacking. It's not how you have to start off in house hacking, but that is the origins of house hacking. In my area, Utah, a lot of homes have basements. And these are daylight basements. They have like window wells. You're pretty much underground. But you can have a one bedroom basement apartment. You go in through the backyard. It's not as sketchy as I'm making it sound. You go in through the backyard and there's an entrance into the basement. There's like a small kitchen or kitchenette, a laundry room, everything that you need, but it's just a one bedroom or maybe even a studio. And you can have renters down there. Or if you are young, if you maybe only have one kid, or you are single or just barely married, you could live in that basement and have someone or family rent out the top half and pretty much have them pay for your mortgage, honestly, at least in this area. So that is the first way that you can house hack. I'm going to talk about a few other ways, but having multiple units within one home or within one building, that's essentially what house hacking. You can also have it within a home and rent out the other rooms. So this works really well if you are single. You buy a 4 or 5 bedroom house and you rent out the rest of the rooms that you are not living in. You could even rent out the master room and have someone pay way more for that, especially if there's a bathroom attached to it. So you live in one bedroom and then you rent out the other rooms. It's really great if you are single, but you do have to come up with a lot of house rules. Generally, if you set the tone right, it's not going to be an issue. Third way that you can do house hacking is by renting it out with an Airbnb. You can do this as multiple units again, like how it was with the unit example, or you could have this be with your own room. And if you are in a desirable area, then this could be really, really awesome for you. Specifically, if you live in a resort town or you live in a touristy area, you could honestly, if you rent it out even half the time, especially during a busy season, then you can have it pay for your mortgage. So what I like to think about this is you can house hack with a resort home. So specifically in different ski towns like Park City or Vail, Colorado. I can't really think of any other ski towns. Sun Valley in Idaho? I don't know. You can have this resort home that you want to go to part of the time and then rent it out the other time when you are not going to live there or be there. And you can have that person pay for your mortgage. Again, like real estate's probably pretty expensive here. In that place. And so if you have the cash for it, this could be a great another income stream. Essentially, house hacking in one sentence is you buy a house or a unit or multiple units, and then you have others rent it. if it's through a unit, another bedroom, or if it's through an Airbnb, then you take that income and you can essentially pay for your mortgage. One thing I will note is legally it would be good to put these in an LLC, have a separate business bank account for that specific home, so then you can write off any repairs. And if you get sued, it's going to go through the LLC and it's not going to go to you personally. So just a little tidbit. I'm not a lawyer, but I have run businesses before, and that's a good thing to do. I will link down below some other resources if you are interested in that. I've been talking for 7 minutes and I'm not even partially way through the video. Okay, all right, this next part I want to talk about, is it worth it? Financially, is it worth it for you? So it really depends. It depends on how much you have for a down payment. It depends on what kind of house hacking you are doing. It depends on the renovations that you're going to do. I like to take this example. So I live in an area where they're doing a lot of construction. And so sometimes people that work in the tech industry on Silicon Slopes, they'll buy townhomes in these little neighborhoods, mostly single people, and these are like 4-bedroom townhomes, where they'll buy multiple of these townhomes and they'll rent out all the other rooms. So let's say you bought 2 townhomes and you have a mortgage of $1,800 a month on each of those. So that's a little math. Let's just say it's like $3,600 a month on mortgages, and you can rent out 7 other rooms to people, and maybe you pay like $500 between 7 people. That is $3,500 a month. And of course, rent is going to go up and down based upon the rooms, renting out the master bedroom versus renting out a smaller bedroom. But then that just leaves you with $100 left on the mortgage. So that is a common example. It could be worth it, especially if you are single. Down payments. If you are able to make a down payment on the home that is substantial, the chances that financially, so the higher the down payment is, the higher the chances that your house hacking is going to pay for the rest of your mortgage. It also depends on interest rates. Interest rates are pretty good still. But yeah, it depends on the home, the individual things. It also depends on if it's a fixer-upper or not, because if it is, you're going to have more cash available at the beginning of your house hacking journey to fix up this house. It might not be worth it in that specific case. Next part is depending on your lifestyle, if it's going to work or not. If you're single, it's great. Your priority is living with roommate. Just you need to come up with some ground rules first. If you're married, it's honestly, and you have like no kids yet, it's pretty good as well. Because then you can also, maybe you don't want to have specifically roommates after you are married, but you could have another unit. Maybe it is a basement unit, or it is the townhome that is next to your townhome, or it's a duplex. And they live in the other duplex, or maybe it's a couple apartment buildings. You get the gist. But if you're married and your spouse is on board with helping you out with some of the property management aspects of this, then it can be a really awesome side hustle for you guys. Specifically, the people that come to mind are Meet Kevin and Meet Lauren on YouTube. They're kind of popular here, but she does all of the property management aspects of all of these homes. And they have like 30 rentals. It's great for them. If you are married and you have children, it might not work out. If you have to do lots of home repairs to get house hacking ready for your home, it might not be worth it. So specifically for our home, we have a basement. It's not finished yet. And it's honestly, it's probably not worth it for us because we have to drill into our foundation to get another entrance for someone to be able to go down into the basement. We also have a lot of storage down there that we don't want to really give up. We'd have to put in a bedroom, a bathroom, and a kitchen. Our water heaters down there, our sprinkler systems down there. It's just not, it's not worth it for our home specifically. But it could work. You could make it work. A lot of people on my street have made it work. And the final thing I want to talk about when it comes to house hacking are the zoning laws. Sometimes this can be a big hindrance to house hacking in the way that you want. So specifically in my area, you cannot have, so if you have a house, imagine this, you have a house, and you also have a basement apartment. The owner of the house has to live in the upstairs unit, I think, or they have to live in the building somewhere. to be able to have a rental unit. So what this means is like typically you could not have someone just buy up 5 homes, have 5 basement apartments, as well as 5 units or 5 homes, and have essentially 10 rental units. That is technically illegal. However, because of the housing shortage in the United States, a lot of areas, states, cities, wherever the zoning comes from, are very lenient on this. You will have to just pay a small fee for breaking this law. So it is something to check out, as well as trying to figure out all the different entrances. Also, another thing, you want to figure out what the building and the construction codes are. This would be great if you are into real estate or into construction, and you know the codes, the safety codes, the inspections, and how to get that all going. That is house hacking for you. I hope you found this video informational, entertaining, I don't know. I hope you found this video good for what you were looking for. So be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, drop down in the comments, subscribe, you know, all the things, feed the algorithm gods, because yeah. Anywho, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.